for background, the first Stephen King book I read was when I was 12. And between 12 and like 20, I read all but 7 of his books, and then I kind of fell off for a long time.
They are famously children's books.
I fell off for a long time. And so, like, I read, I'd say, probably 35 of his books. I'm like, I don't know, 10, 12, probably 15 books behind from, like, the newest one I read. And so I've read a lot of books, and I'm currently in the process of rereading and catching up, basically, and I'm up to Pet Sematary. I read Pet Sematary a couple weeks ago. And I have The Talisman, which I have read before, but while I have vivid memories of some of the scenes, I have no memory of actually reading it, which to me does not bode well for how it's going to go. But I'm going to talk about Pet Sematary. Obviously, I see a lot of people talking about Stephen King, and they constantly say it's the one that they found the scariest, the one that scared them the most was Pet Sematary. I've read this book twice now. I read it when I was 17, and I read it a couple weeks ago. I don't get it. I think it's a good book. I think it's a good exploration of grief and death. I think it's well written, but it's not scary to me. And I understand that could be a me thing. Maybe I'm just dead inside, because I don't really find any of his books scary. I've been unsettled by things, like there's the choking scene in Christine. That unsettled me a little bit. I told Cappie about it, and she said she'll never read it.
I don't. My grandma, for the record, also says Pet Sematary is the one that scares her the most.
It's the one I most commonly see people saying scared them, and I just don't get it. And I want you other Stephen King people, if you see this, to write a comment explaining to me what part scared you, if you can, and why. I understand if you can't. Emotions are weird. Because is it just me? Because I didn't get it when I was 17 and I don't get it now. Is it just me? Am I just dead inside? Am I broken? Is it scary?
I'll tag you in this so you can see the comment. I always forget to tag you.
That's fine.
I haven't read it, so I couldn't say if it's scary. I'm tempted to. I don't know if it's one that I would like.
I think the emotions in it are really good, and that's usually what gets you. So I actually do think you'd like those bits. Lewis, the main character, is kind of a scumbag, but
that's fine. They're all Stephen King's characters that are adults or scumbags.
Rachel, his wife, has better characterization than a lot of his women do. Like, if you ever read Salem's Lot, which I don't recommend. I famously hate Salem's Lot. But if you ever read that, the main character there, I think her name is Susan, flat as a board. There's nothing to her. But Rachel has, like, a little bit of flavor, at least, so she's done pretty well. Like, she has, like, a bit of a character arc, and, like, she has characteristics beyond wife, at least. Okay. But I think that's one of the ones you would enjoy. Cappie's only read The Shining, and is in the middle. Oh, no,
I've read.
She only likes The Shining.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of, well, not the middle. I've started it.
Yeah, she's read Carrie, The Shining, Bag of Bones,
Lucy's Story.
And I think that's it.
Misery.
Oh, and Misery. I've read, as I said, I've read most of his stuff. I'm not necessarily the popular opinion because I hate Salem's Lot and I hate The Long Walk, so.
I was going to read every Stephen King, but then I realized I don't want to do that. So I'm just cherry picking the ones I think I'll like, but I tried to watch some of Welcome to Derry, and I wasn't super into it, but it did kind of...
We're going to finish that.
Yeah, it did make me kind of want to revisit all the Pennywise stuff, like the 90s miniseries. I really actually thought was fun, even though it was very corny.
I grew up with it, so like...
I love It Chapter 1. I still to this day hold that it's a pretty good movie if you ignore the constant jump scares. I love all the kids are really great.
Yeah.
Part 2 is not terrible. It's hard to compete with all those kids who were so charming, and you really care when you're watching a movie about kids in danger, whereas I don't care about adults.
Yeah. So,
there's Bill Hader.
Well, there is a charm to the kids that...
Yeah.
I haven't seen the Chapter 2. Like, I thought the first movie was pretty good, but, like, once you got into... Because, like, it's very, like, systematic, I guess, like, the way they were doing it.
It's a little, like, a little emotional beat. Clown, scary clown. Emotional beat,
and once
scary clown.
You realize what the pattern is, you could just kind of... I just settled into the movie, and it didn't hit me the same way it hit a lot of people because of that. But I thought it was done well.
The show is putting me off a little bit because it feels really over the top. And it's like, over the top doesn't mean more scary to me. I want something unsettling.
Yeah, here's the thing. I almost turned off Welcome to Derry after the opening scene with, like, the weird birth thing, because I was just like, wow, this is so try-hard. That's what it felt like to me. It felt so try-hard, and so many of the scares feel so try-hard.
That's kind of my issue. Is like, you have Bill Skarsgård, who's an amazing actor, and all the kids are pretty good too. But it feels like they're wasting what they have. Like, you always have a really good budget and you have really good actors. Mm-hmm. Fairly decent writing, like, it's interesting, but you're wasting all of it on these, like, over-the-top scares when I feel like if you do something unnerving, that's going to stick with me way more than any, like, gory garbage.
Yeah, my favorite part of the movie that I saw, chapter 1, was when one of the kids is in the library flipping through, like, a photo album, and the librarian, it's blurry, you don't even see her clearly, turns around and, like, smiles and cocks her. I love that.
Yeah, that's also one of my favorite bits. And I've seen lots of clips from the second half of the show. It's been completely obliterated for me. But the stuff that looks the best is the emotional stuff with the kids. Mm-hmm. And, like, it's more horrifying what happens with, like, Rich and Maggie. I won't say it's anything spoily. That is, like, more horrifying than any of the Pennywise scares. Also, I'm not looking forward to the black spot part because I think it's just going to make me upset.
Yeah.
But I really want to see the stuff with, is it Dick Halloran? That's
Dick
from
Halloran.
The Shining?
Yeah, he's from The Shining.
I want to see more with him because I love The Shining so much. The book specifically. The movie's great, obviously, but, like, I'm very attached to the book. But I want to see more with him. And I like that they're trying to expand because Castle Rock got canceled. And that was basically the closest I'll ever get to my dream, which is a Stephen King cinematic / television universe. Because all of his stuff's connected, and I think that's fun.
Which, like, Castle Rock...
The first season was good. Second season, I think Annie Wilkes in Salem's Lot Town was goofy.
Yeah.
Everything they did with Annie, I thought, kind of screwed her up a little bit. And it's like, how would this work with her in the story of Misery with, like, raising a child? Yeah. It doesn't make... I mean, if they were to see it through, I'd like to see it. I wouldn't mind seeing it with this new element because I've already seen it originally. But... I think the story of Misery, if they were to redo it, I would hope they would redo it modern. I wouldn't say that about anything else typically, but I want to see, like, a modern take on it because of how parasocial people are now.
Misery specifically, I think it would blend itself really well to, like, a modern take.
Yeah,
whereas, like,
I would love that.
We can be done with Carrie now. Here's the
thing.
Please
be done. I've seen it enough. I'm so sick of pretty little blonde girls getting cast as characters not supposed to look like that.
Yeah. Here's the thing with Carrie is, like, I have an appreciation for it because it did start a lot of horror tropes, but because it started so many horror tropes, trying to do Carrie nowadays feels trite.
Yeah, it's like the sequel to Psycho. Have you ever seen it?
No.
So Psycho, obviously, also did a lot of trend-setty things, but by the time Psycho 2 came out, when they did the things that they invented, it felt like copycat stuff. When it's not fair, but it is what it is. And Stephen King invented so many classical things, but then it's like when you go watch him do it himself, it's like, oh, I've seen this 1,000 times. No fault of his own.
Yeah.
Like, he's iconic. Sketchy Epstein comments aside, absolute icon. But it is unfortunate when they came up with really good stuff that people just use so much that now it feels tired.
Yeah.
Like watching Stranger Things is exhausting.
The first season was really good if you have, like, the Stephen King nostalgia feels.
Oh, yeah. It's great.
But the more it goes on, the more you're just like, okay.
I'm ready to be done now.
Okay. Because, like, Elle basically is just Charlie from Firestarter, but with, like... Well, actually, Charlie has telekinesis, too. Without the Firestarting abilities.
Okay.
Yeah. It's called Firestarter, but she has telekinesis, too.
I'll get around to that one. I'm reading it, and I don't know if I should do YouTube video or TikTok. Honestly, YouTube exhausts me, so I might just do little TikToks on it. It's so long, I worry it'll take me a while, but...
Just do it in parts. You're probably going to have to split this video at this rate.
I found quite a lot of Stephen King fans and Pennywise / Welcome to Derry fans on TikTok, so I've been getting a lot of those, and I like seeing other people's opinions. So... Also, yeah, if you have recommendations for Stephen King books, because I'm just going to cherry pick, put it in the comments and I'll consider